Hello and welcome to Seven Sacred Sisters. I'm Sarah Seven, and today I am back after a long hiatus of doing tarot card readings to bring you something a little bit different. Today we're going to read for the War Lodge, or in other words, specifically people who have family members who are possibly deployed, facing war, or soldiers who are actively in the line of duty. Grandmother, grandfather, ancestors, spirit guides, and the presiding faculty of the War Lodge. I call you forward now to bring forth messages of the highest vibration for the best and greatest good of the collective to whom I'm speaking today. I ask that the messages come through, provide healing for those who are ready to receive them. Okay. War Lodge. Tower. In the center of the reading. Surprise. This person has arrows through their torso, so perhaps a surprise attack, I heard. Just crossing this energy. Star, Emperor, Page of Wands, Ten of Swords, Knight of Wands. For ease of use, I'm going to put these word side right so that you can see them, but I'm going to do a spiral reading. Black Newman. So far what I'm getting is there's some healing after a event that took place. Surprise attack. People have been injured. People there, guides, higher beings there to ancestors going to preside over and protect the people who were injured. Definitely a lot of masculine energy here. We have the Emperor, which is Mars, which is the god of war. Page of Wands, this was just a small battle. Or the people who had launched the attack are junior, relatively speaking, in their trade. They're new, they're young, they're new recruits. Sorry, I couldn't get that out. Ten of Swords, and I want to say many have died, but at least 10. Death, and sorry, Ten of Swords with the Tower says death to me, obviously, since Knight of Wands, it came in, it was unexpected, I'm guessing, with the Tower here and the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is the fastest moving knight in the tarot. Actually, so no, second fastest. The fastest is the Knight of Swords. But this is fire, so it's with ammunition. bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Cups. Just make sure you can see. Okay. Bear with me, this is new as a technique for reading. Shout out to Tess Connects on Instagram for giving me the idea to read the cards like this. So she'd be with me here, but I'm just gonna try this out and see how it goes. Okay, so it looks like you can see all the cards. So the surprise attack happened at night. It was unexpected. Black Newman is specific to this deck, but to me this just says the nighttime. There's also two dogs in this card. So I'm getting that the Egyptian god Anubis might be here visiting, presiding over this reading. This might be important to some of you who are listening. They acted as protectors. They shielded some of the people who were engaged in the battle. For some of you, it's this particular emperor. For some of you, the emperor, this masculine energy, is the one who was injured. But it's by a page, so it was kind of surprising. It came as a surprise. For some of you, this person has passed away. This also could be like the commander of a troop that this has happened to. Yeah, so I'm hearing it's one troop and many people in the troop for some of you, and for some of you it's just your person or one of the leaders of the troop. It came as a surprise at night. 9 of Wands is in this card and in the traditional tarot. It's somebody who's been left to protect the castle, who's tired, and they're there alone at night, and they're understaffed. There should have been more people there protecting the situation. But they had already lost some people possibly, or they were in reduced numbers. Their security wasn't as strong as it was supposed to be. 9 of Wands is also the wounded warrior. So, and because it's kind of adjacent here to the star energy, I'm thinking that they're the medic group that was there was understaffed. So there wasn't enough healers to save everybody. There wasn't enough medics. Like there was supposed to be like 8 other people, or at least maybe even half of that, and there was only 1. But this is also about protection and guarding like the castle gates, so to speak. So something wasn't made safe or made right. Like I'm kind of getting the energy of the front door was left unlocked or something like that. We also have the Wheel of Fortune. So for some of you, the injured masculine energy, their fate is still undecided with the universe, but it's also with themselves, because the Lovers is here, and the Lovers is traditionally called the Choice, and it's right next to the Emperor. So the Emperor is, for some of you, he's in a coma possibly at this time. The Emperor is choosing whether he wants to go on being the wounded warrior. He wants to come back and give the cycle of life another round. And 2 of Wands is like being at an impasse. He's deciding which avenue to take. This also could be the remaining staff that is left, the remaining troop, having to make a difficult choice with maybe unskilled soldiers whether to go after the other people, go after the people who caused the battle to start, the surprise attack, whether or not to go after them with not enough people. Page of Cups is at the bottom of the deck, so it's like an underlying energy. Page of Cups is about receiving news or communication that would surprise any soul. So they're contemplating whether they need to go back and do another, like a retaliation surprise attack, but it's also the people attached to the injured soldiers that are receiving the news and being surprised. Queen of Swords, not really being too happy about the news, of course. But the Queen of Swords often carries the energy of off with their heads. So there are people who are angry and are not making the decision from a completely balanced place. They're making it from the mind because their heart is injured. So, you see here in the card, she's all covered in red and her face is red and her nose is red. So that she's angry. There's some rage about what's happened. And some people, it's husbands, it's women who are married who are hearing this news and rageful. Some are asking, is it worth it for them to go? There are other people in the community, other wives and children, family members who don't want to lose the remaining, don't want their family members to be injured, of course. 5 of Swords, conflict, and the High Priestess. Okay, so I'm going to pick another deck and ask if there's any advice or, I'm going to use this one. Okay. Just want to get a little bit of clarification on the 2 of Wands here, because I want to know what the decision's going to be, because I'm gathering that for those of you who this resonates with, the story already. So what I've told isn't necessarily new. There might be a few things that haven't been released per se, but there's no decision being shown here. So let's see. 3 of Swords, 6 of Pentacles. Okay, so there is some type of this is really strange that this is what's being shown, but there's some type of financial reciprocation given to the families whom lost soldiers. 3 of Swords is the heartbreak card, and 6 of Pentacles is all about equal give and take. It's traditionally in the tarot, it's a man giving food or pentacles to the poor. So there's a reciprocal energy for the suffering that's been endured here by the families. Okay, what else? That's more of an outcome energy. I want to know about this 2 of Wands. 8 of Swords. Yeah, people are still, the decision I'm getting hasn't been made, or the decision that has to be made is a very difficult one, and it's not going to make, it's going to disrupt what's left of the peace, I'm hearing. Or it has the potential to. Yeah, Queen of Cups. So there's still a sense of hope, or there's someone around in charge who's going to take over for this leader, or higher up decisions that are being possibly made, and they're trying to use their intuition to feel out to what the outcome will be. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles. So it's an emotional debate, and it's one of finance. Like, do we have the resources to go forward? And resources aren't just money necessarily. In this case, it's like, do we have the people to go and do this work? Do we have the ammunition to go and do this mission? Is that going to outweigh the emotional burden that the women and children will feel? as a result. I'm getting a really big confirmation about that someone maybe in charge of making the decision has some type of emotional stake in it, like one of their family members is possibly involved, or two of swords. Someone is unwilling or unable to decide. These queens could represent the same person, but it's both sides of the same coin here. It's the emotional repercussions for a physical choice. Two of Swords is being unwilling or unable to decide. In the traditional tarot, it's somebody who's blindfolded and has two swords across their heart chakra. So they can't choose with their mind or their emotion. And they're having a difficult time making it happen in physical reality. For some of you, it's also that you don't want to, you're so afraid of what could be chosen. Yeah, because I have the 9 of Swords and the 2 of Swords, which is technically brings us back to the 1, because 9 plus 2 is 11, which brings us back to the 1. Because after the 10, we stop and we go back to the 1. So there's a truth that somebody doesn't want to see. The 8 of Swords is about blocking that seeing, worrying about the manifestation, worrying that the choice will be made on the side of the pentacle and the physical reality. Like, is there something to gain? Like vengeance and justice, or that sort of thing. And then at stake is the emotional aspect. Is there anything else that we want to know about? It's not really telling us what the decision is. Is there anything else we can know, guides, here? They're saying use a different deck. Okay. Is there anything else we can know here? I'm going to call forth Thoth now, specifically, because I feel the energy of the divine feminine who's here to speak on behalf of the women, children, and families who are affected. But I'm going to need the leader of the War Lodge and Thoth to give us some more information about this. Okay. Anything else about the 2 of Swords? Okay. 2 of Swords again. So that's why the cards aren't being clarified. And the Queen of Cups again. Okay. So it's still somewhat an emotional decision that needs to be made. Okay, I'm going to do the Ask Angels Oracle, because it seems like at this point there isn't more necessarily in terms of details of an outcome. So I'll invite you now to ask any specific question that you have, perhaps regarding this situation. Yeah, 2 of Wands. Looks like swords though. They have spikes on the end. 2 of Wands is also here. It's the first card. the decision. It just comes back to the decision. So go ahead and take a moment to think of whatever question you might have in regards to this, or a specific person, outcome. I'm hearing someone ask, when will we hear the news? When will we hear the news? Like, how many days? How long are we going to have to wait? I'm hearing and thinking 2 to 4 days, and 2 cards fell out. Actually, no, sorry, 3 cards fell out. So we've got reconsider, yes, and no. Well, that's not very helpful. Okay. Okay, they're saying the reason yes and no came out together is because you need to reconsider the question. So this might be very specific to one person. I have goosebumps everywhere. This is very specific to one person or very few people who need to have a question answered. So they're saying to reconsider the question. Okay, let's answer the question about timeline. What's the time check? Or is there, no, hold on. Ask for help from others. Okay, so they're telling me to ask the other guides. So I'm gonna ask the guides that I called specifically forward to give the answer on this. I'm gonna open the floor to the other guides. That's also that they're telling me there are people in your social group that you're connected to that can provide you answers as well about the specific details about what's going to happen next. What's going to happen next? Are they being deployed again? Okay, yeah, so there's other people, and they're saying for me to check the timestamp. Ooh, okay, these cards just flew out of my hand, so I'm not supposed to use those. Okay, what's the time check cards? Time check. These. That's too many. Time check. Okay, so they're saying I need to pull 3 cards. Queen of Wands wanted to show up. Yeah, it's wanting to reveal the vision. Yeah, look, 3 of Wands on the bottom of the deck. Okay, High Priestess. Okay, so yeah, I think I heard 2 days. You're gonna find out in 2 days. We've got the 2 of Wands clarified by the 2 of Wands, and now the High Priestess, which is a 2. Okay, yeah, Chariot, movement forward. So interesting because they're showing me, they're telling me to focus on the 2 towers that are here, the B and the J. So this has something to do with some of the names, either the name of the troop, the name of your person, the name of the officer, B and J, and which is interesting because now we have the Chariot, which is the black and the white Sphinx, and we also have the black Newman, which is the 2 dog energies again here. Okay, so yeah, and this is also a 7, which is about being on the right path. There's spiritual ascension. There's people with the red cross here. I'm seeing red cross might be needing to be called in. Are there people who need medical care or getting it? So that's supposed to reassure some of you who are concerned about, yeah, whether they're getting healing or not. And is there justice in how quickly they're getting their healing? The Knight of Cups offers, yeah, the Empress. Yeah, there's a lot of concern. Mothers, children, wives. Is there justice in how they're being treated? Are they being cared for timely enough because it was a surprise and they were understaffed? So the answer I'm getting is yes about that. For some of you, the injured warriors will be able to come home in 7 days, 7 to 9 days. We also have the 11 here. So that's another confirmation of a 2, because in numerology, usually you don't break down the 11 because it's a power number, but if in this instance, we've got the 2 and 2 pairing. So 2 to 3 days. Some of you, 2 days, you're going to get information. Something that's held secret is going to be revealed. I also have the 3. So 2 to 3 days, I keep hearing. Either an action is going to be taken for some, those who are healthy enough to go forward, and for others who are severely injured, I'm seeing like them being airlifted. They're going to be transported back to you or back to homeland. Okay. So because this is a pretty heavy reading, I'm just gonna give a card. No, that's not it. Is this the card? Okay. These cards are very inspirational. So I'm gonna see if there's anything else. Channel the frequency of love here with this Knight of Cups. Comfort, support for those of you who are going through this situation. Spirit, are there any other messages here? They're saying, well, it's not just one spirit, it's spirits. What do we have? Practice, practice, practice. With daily practice, you can polish your skills and talents and increase your confidence. So in this card, there's a unicorn and a girl playing a trumpet. So this is about communication. Some of you, the way that you get communication, the way that you communicate to get this information is important. It's saying to use, for some of you who are in the dark, so to speak, you don't know what's going on, you're waiting on information. They're telling me, and I don't know if you saw that with the candle flicker there, sorry, can't speak, that the way you communicate with the universe, like look how green this card is. The way you communicate with the universe and your guides and animals is going to be revealed to you, and that you can trust if you're getting confirmations through, I'm hearing like guides, through spirit, through the physical realm, like if you're going outside and you're seeing certain birds, or like I've been seeing a lot of lizards. Today I saw cardinal. So if unicorn is an important symbol, or horses. Some of you, it's the flowers garden. I don't know why, but this is giving me Wizard of Oz vibes as well, with the winding path here and the Emerald City in the background. There's a watchtower. There's a watchtower. Someone from the watchtower is going to, yeah, so this could be metaphorically or physically, but there's someone watching who's going to be relaying a message. What's this one? Yeah, healing, healed, healer. The healing energy surrounds you and the situation. That's perfect. So I'm really getting a strong confirmation, daughter. For some of you, the daughter is really concerned, or having, actually, sorry. For some of you, the daughter is concerned, but then some of you, your daughter knows something that isn't possible for her to know. Okay, this is going to be really specific for only a few people, but for some of you, your daughter is young enough to still be really tapped into spirit and in tune to spirit. And you'll be able to ask about your husband. She can see something. It's like she's calling a song to him. Oh, wow. Animals might be really important. Being outside might be really important. And it looks like the angels are here protecting you and your family. So, okay, well, I hope this resonated with you, for those of you who this message is for. And I'm sending you all my love and blessings and prayers that this that this situation works out, and those who are injured will be healed. And my condolences to those of you who have lost someone in this situation. Take care.